The role of architecture in our contemporary society, I think, should be stronger, should be more emphasized. Architecture is the discipline which is aimed at transforming the reality. So I think the role should be stronger, but apparently everywhere there is less and less power for architecture. So I wish that this role will increase in the next future. In my country, Italy, in Italy, architecture, of course, is part of our daily life because of its historical presence in Italy as a country. So the role is really there is a role in the everyday life. If you go in every Italian city, you have an historical center wherein you find a very high level of architecture. Unfortunately, the role today of architecture also in Italy is decreasing. I think the situation is extremely problematic. A lot of young professionals or people devoted to research in architecture are leaving the country. And from another side, I also can perceive a kind of desire to go back in architectural research. I mean, if I think about Italy, unfortunately. I don't think so. I don't think this is a sign of political and social changes. This is exactly the Biennale, which is a way to create a balance. I mean, we have some Biennale in the past devoted to contemporary architecture, emphasizing technology, free market and so on. This Biennale goes to the opposite side, because in this way architects can, especially those architects who do not believe in the future, who do not believe in technology, somehow they can find a reference in this Biennale. But I don't think that the Biennale per se can be a change of the society. Okay, Europe and Balkan region for me are quite different. A common place regarding Europe, yes. I mean, globally, by looking at Europe globally, there is a very good practice, a very good research about architecture. I mean, there is still quality, despite many problems that I have describing before. In the Balkan region, I think architecture is strongly connected with other problems. I would say political problems, in the sense of identity, in the sense of confusion. Maybe in the Balkan regions, sometimes I find a desire to develop a local architecture thinking, a local architecture practice, but this way of dealing with architecture is not developed yet, in my opinion. So there is a lot to do, but there is also a big potential, and maybe there is still the need to be connected one with each other. I mean, among the different Balkans realities. I think that we should push, as architects, we should push politicians to give more power to architecture, to give more power to architects, because at the end they are the persons who are who can really transform the physical reality. But of course this is only one part of the problem. So I don't think that architects per se can change things because they are networking. Normally architects make a network because of their private interests. They don't do network in the interest of the society. Architects are egoists normally. They are not better persons than the other. So I don't think that networking per se can change and can improve the reality. Absolutely no. This is a myth. A catalyst for the present and future cities, I think, is the idea of densification, the idea of interrupting, blocking the spread of contemporary city, to have strong urban policies, and to go back to idea of densification, which is an idea very powerful in my opinion, especially today, because by densifying you create good conditions in terms of energy management, in terms of mixing of the people, so in social terms, and also in terms of increasing the complexity, because where you have complexity, there you have the city, there you have the urban sphere. The challenge is having an architecture which is more ecologic. Ecologic not in the sense of the stupid greenwashing, absolutely not. Ecologic in the sense of being really a physical artifact able to connect parts of the reality. So able to interact really, not only via visual perception. So in this sense, I think that the real challenge today, especially in architecture education, is to associate architecture with science and technology. We have architects that are mainly thinking on architecture in terms of beautification. I think that we have educated people who are scientists and architects.